Last time, Frieza and King Cold were revived, and even though they achieved their golden forms, they were killed by Gine and Goku. This time, as the Saiyans are training on Beerus' planet again, Champa and Vados are on their way there. Once they violently land, this wakes up Beerus, but he thinks it was the Saiyans that woke him up, so he attacks them. Though as Champa approaches Beerus' castle, he is nearly attacked by Beerus. Regardless, the Twin God of Destruction start to bicker, and Champa explains to the Saiyans that he's the God of Destruction from Universe 6. Which, since they didn't know about the other universes, Whis explains that there are 12 universes. Beerus and Champa still have their little contest of which their universes has the tastiest food, which causes Beerus to tell them about Earth. Champa challenges Beerus to a fight, but so they don't destroy the universes, the two angels stop them. However, Champa suggests a 5x5 tournament where the winner gets the Earth, explaining that the Super Dragon Balls can switch the Earth to their universe. So, after Beerus asks the four Saiyans if they'd compete, and they say they would, he agrees to the tournament. They decide the tournament should be held on the Nameless Planet, since it is in the neutral space between the two universes. Regardless, they still decide on the same rules, where if someone is knocked out of the ring they are out, if they surrender they lose, killing isn't allowed, enhancements and weapons aren't allowed, and Vegeta suggests the fighter must pass a test to participate. They agree and set the date for the tournament in 5 days, then Champa and Vados leave. From here, they go back to Earth and inform Bulma of the tournament, along with asking her to make a radar to find the Super Dragon Balls. Though, they come up with the idea for asking Shenron where the last Super Dragon Ball is, so Vegeta goes looking for the Earth's Dragon Balls. Meanwhile, on the Nameless Planet, Champa has Vados give the planet an atmosphere, along with making the arena. Regardless, on Earth, when they summon Shenron, he reveals it is beyond his power to find it, so Bulma goes with the original idea of making a radar. As Beerus and Whis got ready to leave to go get Monaka, Goku asks who this is, so Beerus says he's the strongest person he fought, with Gine being the second strongest. Anyway, next day, Bulma finishes the radar and calls her sister, Tights, to see if she can help her get in contact with Jaco. Though when they do get in contact, Jaco initially refuses until she threatens him with Vegeta destroying the Galactic Patrol headquarters if he doesn't help, so he agrees. Eventually, Krillin meets up with the Saiyans because he thought they were going on a picnic in space, because this is a cover-up story Goku told Chi-Chi, who then told Android 18, who then told Krillin. However, since there are 4 of the Saiyans, they don't have to find other team members, so they don't bother considering Gohan, Buu, and Piccolo. So, their team for the tournament would be Goku, Vegeta, Gine, Raditz, and Monaka. Then when Beerus and Whis head off to get Monaka, Goku suggests they go in the hyperbolic time chamber to train for 3 days/3 years. Anyway, as Beerus gets close to Monaka's location, Whis asks if this is a good idea, and Beerus says he'll handle it. Regardless, while Jaco is on his way to Earth, he is told a diamond etcher named Gepu Man is in the area. Out of frustration, he fires the guns on his ship at an asteroid, but accidentally destroys a national monument, though he blames it on Gepu Man. Once on Earth, he is tricked into helping Bulma, so he advises her to go and see Zuno, since he might know about the Super Dragon Balls. Jaco and Bulma then go to Zuno's planet, which they are told there is an opening to see Zuno for 7 years, so, when leaving, they run into Gepu Man and Jaco apprehends him, thus allowing them to see Zuno. Bulma accidentally wastes 2 of her questions, but regardless Zuno does tell her about the Super Dragon Balls. Back on Earth, Bulma shares the information that Champa has been coming to Universe 7 to take the Dragon Balls, as Jaco heads back to the Galactic Patrol headquarters. While Vegeta, Raditz, Goku, and Gine are training in the hyperbolic time chamber, Whis arrives at Castle Corp to take everyone to the Nameless Planet. Though, he wonders where the Saiyans are, so Bulma explains that they are training. Jaco and the Galactic King eventually arrive, before the Saiyans eventually show up. Though, Bulma makes them go shower before they leave, and once they return they go to Beerus' planet first. They were only going there to get Beerus and Monaka, but once there, Goku spots Monaka, and despite his appearance, he believes they need to be on guard. Though before they leave, Goku does punch him out of nowhere, thinking that he would dodge it, causing Monaka to tear up. After he apologizes, they then head off towards the Nameless Planet by using Whis' cube. Once they arrive, Vados was going to show the guests to their seats, but Beerus says Whis make new ones since the old ones looked uncomfortable. Then as the Universe 7 fighters go on to take the test, Shin and Kibito show up, revealing they wanted to defuse. Though the Universe 6 Supreme Kai Fu gets confused by seeing them be so friendly with the universe's gods, but old Kai just tells him it's a long story. Anyway, the Saiyans end up seeing Kaba, which is when they find out the differences between their universe, mainly the lack of tails in that planet Sadala still exists in Universe 6. Without Buu there, everyone passes the test, and the fighters from Universe 7, minus Monaka, play rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first, which ends up with Goku being the first one. The first match is between Batamo and Goku, which as it begins, Batamo bounces around and lands a strong blow on Goku, though Goku claims he ate too much before the match and starts to exercise to digest his food. Regardless, when Goku eventually tries to fire a Kamehameha at the Yellow Bear, it proves to be ineffective, which Jocko points out that any damage Goku is causing is being nullified. So, as the fight continues, Goku is eventually pushed back, but he eventually grabs his legs and forces the bear to fall. As he tries to get back up and attack him, Goku grabs his arm and throws him out of the ring, leaving him the winner by ring out. After this match, Champa claims Goku is a cheater, but Vados tells him to calm down, since they have 4 more fighters. Anyway, the next match is between Frost and Goku, with everyone ending up surprised at how nice Universe 6's Frieza seems to be. At first, Frost throws Goku off balance with his speed, but eventually Goku tells him to transform, since he knows his tricks about transforming bit by bit. As Frost transforms to his second form, this surprises Champa but frustrates Vegeta, since he is still hiding his final form. Anyway, they seem to be evenly matched in the fight, so Goku turns into his Super Saiyan, and Frost turns into his final form. Champa asks Cabba if all Saiyans can do this, and he says he doesn't know anything about it. Frost is completely outclassed at first, but suddenly Goku starts to feel tired, so Frost knocks him out of the ring, leaving Frost as the winner of the second match. Both Chi-Chi and Gine would fly up to check on Goku, as they were worried that he might have died. Regardless, Frost comes over and congratulates Goku on giving him a fun match. Beerus was still angry with Goku for holding back and losing, but the next match between Raditz and Frost is called. Since Frost was weakened by Goku, Raditz would be completely dominating him in this fight, especially when he goes Super Saiyan. Though, Frost would still be able to get in a couple hits, which after a while Raditz would start getting dizzy. Frost eventually blasts him, leaving him unable to move, so he is declared the winner. However, Jocko calls out Frost for cheating, and when the referee checks Frost's arm, he finds the poison needle. So, Frost is disqualified and Raditz is the winner. However, Raditz can't heal himself like Piccolo could, so Raditz must forfeit. This is when Frost was revealed to be a space pirate instead of a hero. Anyway, Champa was angry by Frost cheating, but before he could erase him, Vegeta convinces them to let Frost back in, as he wants to beat Frost down. As Vegeta and Frost are about to fight, Vegeta gets them to lift the rules about killing and the use of weapons for this match after Beerus and Champa allow the change. Anyway, Vegeta turns into a Super Saiyan, and as Frost charges at him, he knocks him out of the barrier with one hit, which Vados repairs. Beerus then looks to see if there was a wound on Goku from the poison needle, which there was, so he's reinstated into the tournament. Goku mentions wanting to fight Monaka, but Whis reveals he is unconscious, and when Goku tries to talk to him, Beerus says he is dangerous if disturbed while meditating. For the next fight, the barrier was recreated, and a new rule was instated, that if someone touches the barrier they are disqualified. Meanwhile, Frost sneaks off and finds the cube with all the riches in it. However, Hit finds it and easily stops Frost from taking it with a mysterious technique. Anyway, the next fight is between Vegeta and Automagetta, who grabs his lava before entering the ring. As Fu explains Automagetta is a metal man, he can withstand Vegeta's attacks, while also getting faster and stronger from them. The robot eventually starts to use his magma spit, though Vegeta must resort to transforming into a Super Saiyan when he gets caught in the smoke. Though, throughout all of this, Automagetta is making it hotter within the barrier. Vegeta starts feeling disoriented from the heat Automagetta is putting out, which is when Goku gives the advice about going down to the floor since the oxygen is running out within the barrier. Vegeta just ignores his advice as Magetta shoots out water vapor then uses his lava spit to make a vapor explosion, knocking Vegeta back in the process. Vegeta just barely saves himself, then uses the Gallic Gun, but Magetta counteracts this with the lava spit, though it eventually hardens, so he uses the hardened lava as a club to hit Vegeta with. Vegeta is almost thrown out of the ring, but he is saved by landing on a piece of the broken ring. Vegeta then eventually powers up further, which causes the barrier to shatter in the process, allowing him to breathe again. He also starts to charge the Final Flash, which overpowers Automagetta's lava spit. When it hits him, this stuns the robot, allowing Vegeta to punch him at his full strength. Though, as he calls him a piece of metal junk, Magetta is knocked to the edge of the stage, which breaks so he falls out, making Vegeta the winner. As Vados repairs the arena, Vegeta goes and gets water from Whis. Whis also points out Automagetta crying and reveals that the Metal Man will lose the will to fight if they are insulted. While Vados and Whis prepare the ring, Trunks comes up to Vegeta and tells him to defeat all the remaining opponents, which he says he plans to. Regardless, after the ring is repaired and made bigger, Beerus gets rid of the barrier and out of bounds rules, which, the next match is between Vegeta and Cabba, and as they make their way to the ring, Fuwa says the Universe 6 Saiyans followed a different path, being known as the Heroes of Justice. Cabba introduces himself politely and Vegeta tells him not to hold back, which Vegeta is surprised when Cabba uses a technique like his Gallic gun. Anyway, they are evenly matched, so Vegeta tells him to get serious and turns into a Super Saiyan. When Cabba asks Vegeta to teach him, this angers the prince, who turns into a Super Saiyan, and he unleashes an assault on them. Then when Cabba tries to surrender, Vegeta threatens to kill him and destroy planet Sadala, along with killing everyone he cares about. Cabba then transforms into a Super Saiyan and unleashes an assault of his own. However, Vegeta ends up unscathed and tells him not to forget that feeling, which is when Cabba realizes Vegeta acted like that to get him to transform. Regardless, Vegeta then transforms into a Super Saiyan Blue, which catches Hit's attention. After telling Cabba that with training he can reach his form, he punches him in the gut, saying not to forget that pain, which Cabba then falls unconscious, making Vegeta the winner. Vegeta then uses a vase of water to wake Cabba, which is when he thanks Vegeta for the training. Vegeta tells him not to forget his Saiyan pride, and when Cabba mentions the King of Sadala being like Vegeta, he says he wants to meet him someday. The next match between Hit and Vegeta is announced, while Champa and Vados talk about Hit being a legendary assassin. They also mention Hit wanted the cube if Universe 6 won this tournament. Once the match between Vegeta and Hit starts, he notices that he doesn't have any openings, then is impressed at his speed, though he is eventually hit with hard blows, knocking him back, as he mentions he couldn't see his attacks at all for a split second. Even when Vegeta tries to go on the defensive, this fails and all of Hit's attacks land successfully. On the sidelines, Goku asks the other Saiyans and Jocko if they could see any of his attacks, which they say they couldn't. Anyway, Hit starts attacking him with harder blows, eventually knocking him down to his base form. Since Vegeta didn't even have the strength to surrender, Hit is announced the winner, but he praises Vegeta for being able to survive his attacks. Though the Galactic King still starts to piece together that Hit is using the time skip, which he tells Jocko, and Jocko passes this on to the remaining Saiyans. Beerus wanted Whis to reveal how to counter this technique to the Saiyans, but he refuses, saying that it will be good training that they always have Manaka if they lose. Raditz is up next against Hit, and he would fare a little better than Vegeta, since he would start predicting where Hit was going to attack from. Though, Hit can extend his time skip to a fifth of a second, then half a second, so even as a Super Saiyan Blue, Raditz would be defeated. Then next would be Gine's fight against Hit, which he would have been observing the last two fights and would try a similar strategy to what Raditz did. Even though she is slightly stronger than the other Saiyans, she would still be defeated, with her having used Super Saiyan Blue as well. This leaves the next match being between Goku and Hit, with Goku blocking his attacks and counteracting, since he predicted where he was going to attack from. Once he transforms to Super Saiyan Blue, he would be winning until Hit increases his time skip to 1/5 of a second, then 1/2 of a second. However, instead of Goku staying down at this point like the other Saiyans, he reveals he has been trying a technique to use on Beerus that they didn't know about. Goku then uses the Kaioken on top of Super Saiyan Blue, which him surpassing Hit again angers him. Though shortly after he uses the Kaioken times 10, and since he can't use this form for long, he tries using the Kamehameha against Hit, but he then time skips through it. However, Hit eventually begins to overcome his attacks as his time skip improves. Since the Gods of Destruction wouldn't remove the rules that would allow Hit to fight all out, and since Goku wanted to see Manaka fight, he jumps out of the ring, forfeiting the match. In the match between Manaka and Hit, it doesn't take long for Hit to realize Manaka is incredibly weak. He still pretends he was defeated in one hit from Manaka and goes flying out of the ring, making Manaka the winner. Goku then goes on to thank the Galactic King for telling him about the time skip, but before Champa can destroy the Universe 6 team, Zeno arrives. Zeno originally wanted to tell off Beerus and Champa, but he reveals he enjoyed watching the tournament, so he wants to set up one between all 12 universes. Regardless, Goku approaches Zeno and talks to him in a disrespectful manner, which worries everyone else, but Zeno enjoyed this. He then leaves as the heroes go on to summon Super Shenron, with Beerus secretly wishing for Universe 6's Earth to be back. Blados notices this right away and informs Champa, while Whis then takes Beerus and Manaka back to Beerus' planet, before taking the heroes to Earth. Beerus then still wards Manaka with treasure for motivating the Saiyans, which Goku, Vegeta, Raditz, and Gine finally arrive home, much to Goku's delight.